Welcome to the channel. You're watching Texas Silver. I have Jeremiah Babe with me, and Enrique's in the back having to work. He's got some of his own personal business he needs to knock out, so it's just going to be me and JB for this video. But first of all, I just want to thank everyone for being here, all the support over the years. I guess I've had this channel, what, 3 years now or so? So thank you for everyone that has come over from Jeremiah's channel and from Patera. I know she gave me a really great shout out. And for everyone that's been with me from the beginning, I hit a huge milestone today of 10,000 subscribers. So that's huge. Thank you very much for the support and continuing to follow the channel. So I want to thank everyone for that. And thank Jeremiah for pushing me to do this channel, and he's the one that's been the inspiration for me to do this.
And I really hope you do more, because you're my best friend. You walk the walk unlike anybody I know. You're the real deal. And it's just, you know, when we met Patera, fantastic, walking the walk, great person. The same with you. Enrique's been great. This is what it's all about, you know, keeping good people in your circle, pushing one another with everything. Again, it's not a one-dimensional game, it's multi-dimensional. So I think you're very gifted, very passionate about the medals and what's happening to this country, and I hope that you continue with it, because we like to see you out here more often on these videos.
I appreciate that. I really do. And JB is one of my best friends as well. And my circle's pretty small at this point. I've had to cut people out, which we've talked about on his channel, my channel. But anyways, so just bringing you some news that happened today and just give you a little update. We did look at a property today. We have probably about a week more to this trip, so continue to follow Jeremiah's channel, my channel, to see what all is going on. We have some properties to look at tomorrow and the next couple days following that.
And it's been exhausting. Over 2,500 miles, including the flight. It was 1,000, and we did 25 when we got here, and we've got another week to go. So I'm exhausted. Enrique's exhausted. I know you are. So it's catching up a little bit, but we're going to keep pushing.
Yeah. Jeremiah dropped the second installment of the video with Patera in North Carolina and Tennessee that has all the devastation from the hurricane that came through. So check that out. Please watch the video all the way through.
And then we have the last part coming up,
right.
Probably when this video airs, next day after this video airs.
Right.
Yeah. We'll have the last one, 3-part series, and it's probably the best of the 3. So please check it out.
Yeah, please check it out. It's really good. And today, just so y'all know, the date is the 22nd of October. So I'm gonna go into this. I know we did a video yesterday that will drop today talking about gold and silver. And it just looks like gold and silver have been on a tear lately. Gold has hit, I think, this year 34 all-time record highs. And so, again, you have your central banks, countries, the BRICS nations, everyone wants gold. They're dumping treasuries and the dollar, and they want diversification out of the U.S. dollar because it's backed by nothing. The U.S. has weaponized the dollar, and it's not trusted anymore. But there was a slight pullback as of the recording of this video. Silver was up another $1. What was it? A little over $1, and silver hit over $35 an ounce. Since I've been stacking in 2016, I have never seen that. It's my personal opinion, also based off of stuff that I'm hearing from people that are a lot more smarter than I am, that these metals are just going to keep going. One to include Bill Holter. We did that interview with him. He said if it breaks 3250 and it's able to hold, it is off to the races. Obviously, it's a market. People are buying and selling. There are going to be pullbacks. But I think the days of silver under $30, we probably will never see. So just know that when these pullbacks come, might be a good opportunity for you to jump in, because what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to jump in on the pullbacks, and then that just builds that base and that floor for it to go higher. It's bullish. The BRICS meeting is happening today. I haven't really heard anything from that, so once I get some information of what's actually coming out of those meetings, I will get that to y'all. But I did watch one news outlet today that was talking about how Putin is wanting to have this unit That way, there is another form of settlement payment that is outside the dollar. So the world wants away from the dollar. Not saying it's going away, but it's definitely going to start losing its power on the world stage.
Agreed. I think one of the biggest things we've got to be conscious of is debt. And there was a really good article that came out on CNBC. Billionaire Paul Tudor Jones, founder and chief investment officer at Tudor Investments, said this. He's worried that government spending could cause a big sell-off in the bond market, spiking interest rates higher. We're going to be broke really quickly, he says, unless we get serious about dealing with our spending issues. And I don't see anybody talking about cutting spending. Whether you're right, left, in the middle, nobody is talking about cutting spending. And we are spending money absolutely out of control. And if you don't think this is inflationary, you are drinking the Kool-Aid. This is extremely inflationary. What's weird also today is we saw gold up, silver up, oil up. The dollar was up. I believe the markets were up. I wasn't really.
No, I think markets were down.
Did the markets
Everything
come down?
I think, yeah.
Okay. I think they were up at one point, but
Okay, they might have pulled back.
so I don't know if they were up or not today. But it seems like literally everything is up. So it's just really weird how this is all playing out. There's really no fundamentals to any of this, but at the end of the day, I think one of our most major concerns is going to be the debt. And it is going to squeeze people, continue to be a big problem. If you think inflation is going away anytime soon, again, you are drinking the Kool-Aid. My opinion, I'm not an economist. I'm not a financial planner. I'm just speaking out loud off the top of my head here. With what I'm doing, and it is preparing for major inflation. It's going to be preparing for a liquidity crisis and the effects of this debt. We're going to see more inflation. Prices of most things are going to continue to go up, and prices of some things will go down. It's going to be inflationary and deflationary at the same time. But the things that are going up are going to be, things that you need every day, like food. Utilities, gasoline, things of that nature. So, we really, really need to be paying attention here and preparing for some very rough times.
Yeah. So, and we have all the stuff that's going on over in Europe, everything that's going on in the Middle East, and that's just going to give them more excuses to keep printing more money. And as these dollars and treasuries get dumped, they're dumping them and they're buying gold. So that's going to drive the price up of gold and silver, and then it's going to bring all that inflation back here because all those dollars are going to be returning to our shores, and actually there's way more dollars offshore than are here. And the last people that are going to be smart to this are going to be Americans. We're going to be the last ones that have the rug pulled from underneath us. That's generally how these things work. All right, so another thing that I wanted to go over is there was a article on the Jerusalem Post talking about the LBMA, which is the London Bullion Metals Association. They've predicted that silver by the end of the year is going to be $45 an ounce. I've heard as high as 50. That's kind of my prediction. I figured it was going to be somewhere between $40 and $50. Also, gold they've predicted is going to be by the end of the year $29.41, so $2,941 an ounce. I think it's going to be $3,000. We'll see. What do you think?
Nothing would shock me. All it takes is something to erupt even further in the Middle East or Eastern Ukraine, or something setting off here, and you're going to see these numbers skyrocket. We're going to look back, I think, and we're going to go, wow, gold at $2,700, $2,800 was a deal. Silver at 34, 35, 36, 37 was a deal. These people that used to say, don't buy it till it hits $8 and gold hits 800. These people, I don't know what they were smoking, but all you had to do is follow the debt, ladies and gentlemen, the debt, and now follow the price of gold every day. It's warning us of big trouble. So, people can look at, the bond market, the stock market, but you better start following the gold market, because that is the canary in the coal mine.
Right. And even when these metals do pull back, a lot of times the bullion dealers, they just adjust the premiums. So
real quick, we went to a pawn shop today here in Alabama, right? They pulled all their silver. They're not selling any silver. So they know something too, that the price is going much higher. And so what happens is, we were talking about these bullion dealers. What if they just say, hey, we're not going to sell any more of our metals?
Right. I mean, if I owned a bullion dealer and I was sitting on a bunch of metal,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden the price keeps going up, yeah,
Right.
I may just hold on to it.
Right.
At that point.
So now you have a shortage, and what does a shortage cause? It's going to cause prices to skyrocket, premiums to skyrocket. So, you can still get this stuff pretty easily right now. And if you don't have any, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but maybe you should have some. I mean, if you look at what some of these people are saying, take, for instance, Ray Dalio, what's he worth, 7 billion plus? You better have gold in your portfolio. All these big players are saying right now that maybe it's a good time right now to be adding, and they've been saying this for over a year, but you need to be adding gold to your portfolio. And gold is going to clear a pathway out for silver prices. So, if you can't afford gold, get yourself some silver, because it's going along for the ride. And it's probably going to go up, on a percentage basis more than gold.
Right. Another interesting thing at that pawn shop today, the gentleman said that he has to be very careful of what he buys, because
right.
everyone is in there trying to
Sell.
trying to sell, and there's not many people buying these things. It was crazy. Enrique got a pair of earbuds that I guess are normally $200, brand new. He paid $40 for them.
Yeah, still wrapped in the wrapper.
Yeah, it was crazy that he got it for that price.
And I have a friend that manages a pawn shop back in California, and this has been going on for quite a while now, where he says, I've never seen so many people coming in and selling anything. And we're running out of space. And so, like the pawn shop guy today said, we have to be careful because we have to sell this stuff. Right. So these pawn shops are going to continue to, buy until they can't, because they're going to have too much inventory. Yeah. So that to me would say, hey, the prices of the resale is going to have to go down because there's so much inventory, right? So here's an example where we're going to see deals, some deflationary. Maybe you got to go get a used lawnmower, used guitar, a piano, whatever they're buying over there. These things are going to be on sale because they're not going to be able to give it away. So you're going to see some sales coming for sure.
Yeah. Another thing that we wanted to address that we've noticed, we've been staying in what I would consider pretty nice hotels, nothing extravagant, but it's just crazy that I remember staying at these hotels and, they would have a nice pool and jacuzzi. There's been a couple hotels that we've gone to that their pool isn't even working. And then another thing, I know a lot of times their breakfast would be free in the morning, and a lot of these places are charging, or what they do have that's free is, you get a bowl of cereal. It's
it is eye-opening, because you're basically, with all the fees, you're paying about $200 a night to stay in a place that used to pay $89 to stay in. These places don't have, some of them don't even have swimming pools, they don't have jacuzzis. Usually, like right now, there's not one person in this whole place. Maybe one person is running the entire property. That's all you'll see, is like one employee. And like Aaron said, no free breakfast. Nobody asks if you need some towels. Nothing. It's you are paying $200 and getting absolutely nothing. The bare bones minimum. It's pretty shocking to see, like, what if you're on the road, and we're on the road a lot. So every night it's basically about $200 to stay somewhere, and this is not 5-star for sure, but places are decently clean, but it's literally one person running the whole thing, and so it's really shocking to see what the dollar is buying right now. And if you're planning on taking a trip with your family and whatnot, $200 used to get you a nice place. Now, it's nothing.
Right. Well, people are probably wiped out. They can't afford to take trips. So, yeah, they're probably having to cut every expense they can to stay afloat.
Yeah. And it's been an interesting trip with, just looking at different people and the different states, and it's just shocking how much things cost. And it's much cheaper out here, there's no doubt about it. But you can tell wherever we're at, whatever state we're in, you can tell people are struggling. People are hurting. We've seen vacancies and store closures across the country. And of course, let's not forget the people who went through the devastating storm in the southeast. Please, say a prayer for them. But yeah, you're seeing the country really, really hurting.
Yeah. And another thing that I was talking about with Jeremiah was, they flew up here, and this has been going on for a while. But I remember when you used to take, a flight that was 3-4 hours, you'd get a full meal on the plane. Now, what did y'all get? Maybe a drink and some peanuts?
Yeah, I think maybe a Pepsi. They were passing out, some kind of soft drink and some, I don't know, some cookies or something.
Right.
I didn't take any of it, but I mean, things have changed, no doubt about it.
They're just having to cut corners everywhere to.
I don't think we're going back to normal anytime soon. That's for sure. Restaurants close so early. Service and quality of food has gone down. I will say though, the food in the South is way better than the West Coast. Way better. Service has been phenomenal, especially here in Alabama. The food's been great. The quality of service has been phenomenal. People seem to be happy to be working, whereas on the West Coast, people don't seem to be happy to be working. So maybe it's just the mentality of the South versus the West. I don't know. But you definitely see some differences from, the South here, or even the Southeast compared to the West Coast. Definitely a big difference. People are real hospitable here and very, very friendly here. So it's been a really, really good trip. We got a long way to go though. So we'll see what transpires.
Yeah, I'm going to have to definitely get back into a regiment when I get back. This gentleman they can put back some food. Him and Enrique, and I've probably put on 10 pounds. So it's going to take me a little bit to work this off when we get back. But I think we're going to leave it at that today. Again, thank you so much for being here, supporting the channel. And another thing, I haven't been responding to a lot of the comments. I normally try to, but we have just been go, and today's the first day that we've actually kind of had a day to breathe.
Yeah, we actually got to, literally we get in at like 11:30 at night because we've been on the road. Aaron's just like a beast driving, man. Hundreds and hundreds of miles. So yes, today's like the first day we actually got in at decent time, and we can get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, so I'm not ignoring your comments. I'm trying to read as many as we can. I think Enrique, he reads pretty much about every comment. But yeah, I'll try and respond to what I can. But I'm not ignoring y'all. It's just we've just been slammed. So we're gonna leave it at that. God bless. Thank you for being here again. Thank you for helping me reach the milestone of 10,000 subscribers.
Congrats.
So yeah, appreciate it. We're gonna leave it at that. You got anything, JB?
Hey, 10,000 is great, but what's even more important is the message.
Yeah, for sure.
The passion, and just doing the right thing. A lot of times people just, look at numbers and things like that, but, it's all about the message, and we shouldn't forget that. It's all about the message and helping people. It's not about money. It's not about numbers. Yeah, that's all cool, and that's great. It's great to see the growth, no doubt about it. He's put a lot of work here lately.
Well, what I was going to say.
Keep it up.
Yeah, so what I was going to say is obviously, the people that are here like what I'm putting out, like what I have to say, and so I appreciate that everyone is here supporting me and agrees or whatever with what I'm saying.
And even if they don't agree, great. Well, thanks for showing up and clicking. So right. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, keep sharing the videos and all that. So we're gonna leave it at that. Take care. God bless. Doodly doo.
Toodly doo. Look at this.